Hello, everyone. I brought some goodies up here to share today. I love them so much. Um, I'm going to apologize ahead of time because I have the neighbor's dog has been barking since about 9 o'clock this morning, which makes my dogs bark. And there's kind of nothing I can do about it. Yeah, I'm talking about you right there, over there on the couch. So if you will just bear with a little dog barking action today. Maybe they won't. Maybe I'll get lucky and they won't, but just wanted to prepare you for it. Hello, hello. It is afternoon. It feels so weird with the time change. I know you guys are over there in the chat talking about it. For those watching this on the replay, I go live every Monday at 1 p.m. Pacific time, and we have a live chat that I can read, write what you write when you write it. Did that come out right? You guys know what I mean. So I'm Danny Ackerman. I'm the Niche Lady, and I help people be more successful in their eBay businesses and have fun doing it. Welcome, welcome. You will be here in about 15 minutes. Gotcha. Which is kind of funny because you're kind of here now posting that. So that just struck me wrong. There you go. Hello, everyone. Hello, hello. And I just want to do a big, big thank you to all of those who were at last week's Friday live sale and got your invoices taken care of because I am shipping today. It's my goal anyway. Would you believe I have a date tonight? So instead of staying home doing shipping and all things business, I'm actually going out. This is like, that's a rarity for me. So wish me luck. Wish me luck. Yes, yes, yes. Hello. Okay, so what is going on in your world this week? I know it's going to be kind of a crazy week, but I'm going to try to keep it as normal as possible. I am going thrifting this week, as I always do. Yep. Your chipmunk should arrive today. Chipmunk. Chipmunk? I'm missing that one, Tiger Purple. Not sure what you mean there. Yeah, this is actually well, we met for a drink last week, and now this is like, I guess, our first official like date. So we'll see what happens. You know what? I have found the best way to deal with these is just keep expectations low. Yes. That little thingy I bought a week ago Friday. Did I have a chipmunk? I don't remember having a chipmunk. You know what? I go through so much stuff. I have no idea. Oh, yeah. The thing that we couldn't figure out what it was, whether it was a chipmunk or a squirrel. Okay, or a bear. Or, yeah, the lineman toy, the lineman tin toy. Yeah, that thing. Okay, never mind. I got it now. So a lot of you saw me pick this up in the Savers video. I spotted him like right off the bat in the jewelry counter. He is one of those trinkets. He opens up. See, it's a trinket. He's bejeweled. No, he's not going to be for sale. He is mine. But a lot of you said, "Oh, I want to see the turtle." So there he is. He is a bejeweled turtle that I got for, I think he was $7.99, and I had 20% off even. So I was pretty excited about that. Yeah, we have a store that we're going to look through, but I wanted to bring up a couple of things kind of happening. And I know that a lot of the new sellers get very confused when I start talking and showing things, and it came to my attention that eBay puts you into a simplified version of the listing form. And I had a talk with a very experienced eBay seller who was trying to help someone, and the problem was that they were in the simplified version and she could not figure out how to get out of it. So you have to be on, if it's your page or if you're helping somebody, their page, because I don't have the option. I don't see where it is. My account is so established that I don't even have the option to switch back to the easy version. But when you go to list, I want to say it's in the upper left corner, or maybe somebody can confirm this. There is something that says switch to business tool. And that's where you want to be if you want to have all the features of listing. And most importantly, protect yourself by putting any condition issues in the condition description, because that is the only place that eBay will acknowledge an item as not being. If somebody opens an item not as described, but you have put whatever that issue is they're stating, if you have that in the condition description, you don't get dinged for an item not as described because you had it there. But they're not even giving you that option in the simple version, which really upsets me. You also, upper right, Julia Fleener says, thank you. And then you also don't have the cool photo editing ability, which can help make your listings look better. So Butterfly Nurse says that she could not find it either. So you still haven't found it? You're still kind of searching for that? Yeah, it's frustrating for me because I want to help. I want to help solve this, but I'm not even sure what it looks like. Upper right in blue. Hey, Melissa, would you be willing to make a post over in the Niche to Profit Facebook group with a screenshot of what that looks like? And then I'll comment under it. And if you're not over in the Niche to Profit Facebook group, come join us over there. That's where you can get help for your, everything that comes up during the week. I mean, we can help ID things if you've searched and haven't been able to find something. We can help with your shipping questions. It's a little easier than trying to go too in depth here. Like we do try to solve problems here, but I'm only here once a week. So that's how you can get some extra help all through the week. Just make sure that when you go to join, you just answer a couple little questions and agree to the group rules. Easy peasy. And we'll let you in with open arms. Here we go. Upper right in blue where, yeah, see, and I'm not sure everybody sees it the same way. How I have, what do you want me to explain on that? How I have a separate plush store. So my main reason, okay. So let's back up. My main niche is antiques and collectibles. And I service that customer. And then people go, yeah, but you sell clothes too. Well, I'm selling clothes that have come out of like designer homes. So I really try to stick to designer brands because it's the same type of clothing that I'm gearing toward my shopper, my ideal customer. Also, I have to confess, it's because I got the clothes super cheap and it was easy for me to teach a lister to do the clothes because they don't have to be in my home. I can send it home with them. Okay, so it's twofold. But those are all on my main account. Well, I don't do toys and stuffed animals and that type of thing. And it's a completely different customer. The customer who is buying antique glass is usually not the customer who's buying a stuffed animal for their kid. Okay, it's neither good nor bad. It's just the way it is. So I try to keep one account very focused on that customer, and then the other account very focused on that very tight niche of only having stuffed animals. Now, the reason I don't advertise the name of that account is I also use that account as my way of keeping things organic. I can see what happens for the average eBay seller who isn't listing every day, who, is maybe just doing this really part-time just to see how sales come through. It's my test account, where I play with promoted listings and markdowns and all of that stuff. So, so that's why I don't talk a lot about it and I don't give out the name because I I don't want traffic going there from my YouTube channel because I want to keep that as organic as possible so that I have like the real information I need to answer your questions on things. I'm very realistic because this channel drives a lot of views and a lot of watchers and a lot of people to my Utterly Good Stuff account. And that's not organic results. I can't say, hey, well, everything is great. Look at, I'm doing sales, because I'm driving that traffic differently. So I try to be able to talk to you and help you on the same basis of your store without having a big YouTube following and all of that. So does that make sense? Does that kind of answer your question? And I will tell you, sales are slow right now. Sales are slow on the Utterly Good Stuff side of things as well. And this was a recent topic in the Niche to Profit group. And I don't know if that person is viewing right now, but they posted that they were ready to just take everything and redonate it and find better stuff. And I'm going to tell not only that viewer, that person, but I'm going to tell all of you, like, this is a business of ups and downs. It's a roller coaster ride that I have been on for 22 years. So I think I can speak from a little place of experience on this one. You're going to have slow times, and you are going to have times where you wish you could just catch a break and not have to do any shipping that day. So it's going to happen. So as a business owner, what you have to do is look at your data and start knowing. And if you've just started this, you're not going to have that data yet. You've got to get a year or two, under your belt to kind of see the ebbs and flows of this business. But what you can count on is there will be slow times, and historically, fourth quarter, of which we are in right now, is usually the best. And now for me, in what I sell, the antiques and collectibles market really does amazingly well January through March. I think it's because, well, twofold. I think it's because people got Christmas money. They're done shopping for everybody else. Now they're shopping for themselves, because I don't really concentrate on things people can give as gifts. I do good. There's a lot more shoppers during this time, but I really, really get that huge boost after Christmas. And the other thing is around, the time that people are getting their taxes done. People who are getting a refund, especially a big refund, tend to file their taxes January, February. And so they're getting their refunds and they're going shopping. So those have been historically really, really good months for my business. And I know that. I know my slow time is usually going to be June through early September. Summertime, people aren't home, like, thinking about buying stuff. They're out doing stuff. 2020 has been a little bit different. 2020 has seen those same consistent sales all through summer this year because people are home. They're not going places. So it's been a weird year. So if you started this year, you may see some weird patterns until life gets back to normal. But yeah, it's ebb and flow, and you need to have a cushion. And I know sometimes that's super hard when you're starting out. You need every penny that you're selling. But I have to warn you, if you don't set aside a certain amount of every sale into a slush fund, you're going to have a hard time getting through the slow times. So figure out a percentage that you can just tuck away, even if it's like 10%. 10% of every sale, tuck it away into a savings account or an envelope under your mattress or whatever it is. Tuck that money away as if you don't have it. And then the day you really do need it, you will have it. It's an emergency fund. It's kind of like a David Ramsey thing, but I'm gearing it towards your e-commerce business. David Ramsey says, he has these baby steps of getting debt free. And the first one is get yourself $1,000 emergency fund. So I'm not sure you need $1,000 for your business, but you need something tucked away so that you have that. Like, what if you have to print a shipping label and you don't have the funds released to print the shipping label? You just have to have that cash flow to be able to do that. So make sure you have that. Let's go back and let's see what you guys have been saying. You are chatting over here. I see Tri-State Picker Mom is back. Hello, hello. Yeah, you are so welcome on that. I'm trying to help you guys make this just a phenomenal business because, you know, as I said in my last video, I saw that be grateful sign, and I'm truly, I can't even tell you how grateful I am to be able to have this business, especially with everything going on in the world this year. Like, I was able to keep rocking and rolling and keep a roof over my head and food on my kids' table. Yeah, so I'm extremely grateful. Oh, let's see. Sunny says if you go to the eBay website on a tablet, you can change to business tool. The app only uses the quick listing, I believe. Oh, see, and I don't do anything other than accept offers and look stuff up on the mobile app. I don't use it for my main listing. I've got those plates here, and we're going to try to figure that out today. We're going to figure out if those are fire and light, Tammy. So, Tiger Purple, you're proud because you were able to get started on sorting some stuff and moving some boxes around. Hopefully, I will soon be able to have a listing marathon. Okay, don't spend too much time on organizing. Start listing. Just do it. And do a little bit of the organizing also. That's what because if I just like stop and organize, I can go down that rabbit hole like you wouldn't believe. You're always going to need to organize in this business. Always. I also sell clearance items. Do you recommend having another store for that? I only do this part-time. Lois, it's going to depend on what it is you sell. Like, some of you think you don't have a niche, but you really do. Because niche isn't like a tight little group of products. Like I said, I right now I have a little over 1,000 items listed, and not one of them is the same. And there's a variety of different categories, but it's really keeping who is that shopper in mind, and is one sale going to contribute to the sale of another item in my store? Sales are a bit slow. Yep. Oh, let's see what you say here. Sales are a bit slow. However, last week I followed your advice on an item that wasn't selling. Raised the price. It sold today. I love hearing that. I love it. I love it. I love it. That's right. Because remember, not every shopper is looking for the cheapest price. Some don't trust the cheapest price. It's all about the presentation of your listing, and it's all about how they feel about when they go over to your listing. Do they trust that they are going to be getting what it is they think they are getting? Yep. You're getting ready to set up a store. Yay. All right. Question is about getting a business license. What is involved in that? How long does it take to get it? And what is the cost? So that is going to depend on your city, county requirements. So you can just do a really quick Google search, and here's what you Google. Not just business license, but a home-based business license, because it's different. It's different. And it really, here in Las Vegas, it was a really quick online process. I got the license like literally, you know, within 10 minutes. Like, you download it, you print it out, you have a business license. So don't let that scare you. It's a great thing to have. There are some absolute tax benefits to being able to write off, you know, everything on your Schedule C that's an expense in your business, as well as getting your resale certificate so that you can go into a store and not pay sales tax. That's a really cool perk. But you do have to report. This is where it gets tricky. You do have to report sales tax, and because eBay, if eBay is the only place you sell, so eBay's collecting sales tax and doing all of that, but you still have to send in a quarterly report and just put due. So it's not hard. It's not hard. Lola says, I use the app to get the pick in a draft mode, then go to my desktop to finish. That can work. That can work. Linda has a brick and mortar and she sells on eBay and Facebook Marketplace. Nice. I love brick and mortar. I really, really, really want a brick and mortar. I know people think I'm crazy, but I really, really, really want to open a thrift store. I really do. I do, because I want to price things so you guys can come in and buy them and make money on them. That's what I want to do. It's my whole mission. Awesome. So when you started, you only used auctions till you started watching and becoming part of the Niche Nation. Yay. And are you selling stuff now? Most people don't want to wait for an auction anymore. Auctions used to be the only thing that eBay had. I mean, the fixed price listing, gosh, maybe somebody knows. How long has it been? Fixed price listings, the buy it now. Because there was a big grumble about it when it first came out. But auctions was what eBay started with. It's what made eBay unique. But Amazon really changed everything. It's really Amazon who changed the way consumers look at online shopping. And when it changed to this whole instant, I want it now mentality, it made it so that our items really don't do as well on auction unless you have that business model like Crazy Lamp Lady, because this comes up all the time. Jocelyn starts everything at $4 over on her eBay store. That business model would scare me to death. I could probably get away with it because of how long I have been doing eBay and my customer base I've established. But the average person cannot do that. That is something that she had to build up first with her YouTube channel, all of her subscribers, her fan base. And then she had Etsy, which was not auction. And then she merged over to eBay in that auction format, because that only happened, I want to say, within the last year that she's done that. So kudos to her. Like it's fantastic. It works. Some of you may know Kevin Bruno, who was in the Market Warriors show, and he became a friend of mine. He came and spoke at my 3-day event, More Fun, Bigger Profits, when I had it here in Vegas. And he had a $5 million a year eBay business. But what he was doing, he was building up all his social media. He had his buyers list. He's emailing. He was really just using eBay as the venue to host his auctions. And then he'd run these auction events and sell stuff. And I was like, Kevin, okay, nobody tell eBay I'm saying this. But I told Kevin, why are you giving eBay a cut of everything that you're doing? I mean, the whole point of eBay, in my opinion, is that they are driving traffic to eBay, that they have built this site that people go to. But if you do all of that work and you have built this massive following that's going to come spend $5 million a year, you don't have to do that on eBay. And he now owns a very successful brick and mortar auction house over in, I want to say he's in Massachusetts. It's Bruno and Company Auctioneers. Bruno and Company Auctioneers. You can go look it up. Hugely successful. He's no longer on eBay. So don't tell eBay that I gave him the nudge to go do that, please. But yeah, so there's all different business models. I mean, we have big corporate level accounts on eBay. They're doing things completely different than you and I. So I like to say we are the bread and butter of eBay. Okay, yeah, you got your big corporate accounts. You have the anomalies, but the bread and butter is people like you and I who are finding stuff to sell and listing it on eBay with a markup, which is retail 101. We'll talk about that in a minute. And then hoping to make enough profit to make this all worthwhile, right? And there's no guarantees, there's no givens, and we have to put up with whatever policy changes and platform changes and glitches that eBay throws our way and still make the best of it. Oh, was he in Rhode Island? Why did I think he was in Massachusetts? Okay, Rhode Island. Close enough, right? Yeah. Kevin is an absolute remarkable guy, especially on Asian antiques. You have anything you think is a rarity that is an Asian artifact or antique, you want to talk to Kevin Bruno. He's not like your regular auction house where things go, you know, at wholesale prices. He is a high-end auction house. He sells things to the collectors. It's really awesome. Yes, yes, yes. All right. I feel like I'm missing stuff. If you pack your fragile items well, there's no need for a fragile label. I don't use a fragile label. The only time to use a fragile label is not for the delivery service. It is for your customer's perception. So sometimes that customer wants to know that you took extra care. And so putting the fragile label on there helps them feel better, but it changes nothing in the way that that package is handled. I guarantee you, nothing changes in the way a package is handled if you slap a fragile sticker on it. They just don't care. It's not that they treat it. I've heard the rumors like, oh yeah, well, they treat it worse. They don't treat it worse. They just don't treat it any better. Now you can pay for special handling. That's a completely different thing. If you pay for special handling with the post office, they will hand process it through as opposed to machine process it through. Yep. What is watcher to watch? I'm not sure what you mean. Can you tell me more what you mean about that, Linda? Okay, I saw something said you were in Nevada. Let me scroll up. I wish I could just freeze the chat and scroll down as I needed to, but I can't. I can't. It won't let me. Oh, Debbie says, I live in the state of Nevada. Can I just fill a form out online? Absolutely. And there's a small fee, so you have to pay the fee, and boom. Yeah, you'll be in business. We're selling teapots for 20 to 30. Watched your video on pricing and listed a Bavarian teapot for $64.99. Sold it. Yes. You guys, don't leave money on the table. There are good paying customers out there. And I'm not saying like rip anybody off or, you know, overcharge for stuff. I just say stop looking at what the low prices are that people are selling things for and look at the high prices that people are selling things for. We drive those prices. We do that. As on these antiques and collectibles and glass and pottery, it's supply and demand. And if you have something like, sure, maybe somebody sold it for, let's say somebody sold it for $50 last month, but there's none available. There's no reason for you to have to sell yours for 50. You can price it 20 bucks higher than that, even sometimes more. If it's something that is rare, if the person wants it, they're going to pay for it, right? Supply and demand. If I find a like item and do sell similar, is there a way to easily include a store template info about my store and looking at other listings? If I find a like, okay, so if you're looking at someone else's listing and you find an item that's the same as what you want to list, I believe there's a way that you can select sell similar item, and all that happens is it pulls up and starts creating a draft and pulls in some of that information. It doesn't pull in the photos. It doesn't pull in, I forget what else it doesn't pull in. I don't believe it pulls in the description either. So it simply pulls in, I think, the title and some of the item specifics. Somebody can correct me if I'm wrong on that. But that's a way to start a listing. You could do that. Oh, so Shay says, in the group, asked about an item. There's so many great people helping me. There are some great people in that group. There are some very experienced people in that group. Yes, yes, yes. Still can't find the item, but the group is great. Hey, Shay, what is the item? Maybe I didn't see your post. I have to admit, my last week has been absolutely insanely crazy. But we can figure out how to figure it out. Or yeah, tell me what that post was about. Somebody tag me. Somebody tag me on that post. Yeah, exactly, Kathy. That's my big drive right now. I actually have the Niche Foundation. I created the Niche Foundation to help women like me who come out of a long-term marriage where I never thought that I would have to be the sole provider for a family, and didn't have the skills to go out and get a six-figure, job, because I want to live comfortably. And so do it myself. And I want to teach other women to do it themselves too. Yes, yes, yes. Buy It Now has been over 12 to 14 years. Okay. Yeah, I knew it had been a while, but I wasn't sure. But remember, eBay's 25 years old. So all before that, it was just auctions. Yep. Yep. The benefit is that people, when they're shopping, look, okay, think of it this way. You're in the mall, you're walking by stores, you happen to look in and you see something and you want to go buy it. Like, you've got the emotion running right then. You love it, you want it, and they say, come back in a week. You're like, I don't want to come back in a week. I want it right now. Or maybe you think you might come back in a week, so you place a bid. And that week comes and goes, and it's like, now that rush, that drive, that excitement is over. You no longer can justify spending the money, and you move on. So, and that's pretty much it. So it's really got to be worth somebody waiting for that item. That's awesome. Wow, an English teapot for $5, and the cheapest comp is 95. I love that. I love that. Exactly. So that is a really good time to use auction format. So here's the reasons I use it. I know what the item value is, but my piece has a little bit of damage, and I don't know how much that damage affects that end price. So I will usually start those at auction $20 or $30. I shouldn't say dollars. I should say a percent. So let's say 25 to 30% lower than the market value I see. And sometimes they'll still get bid up to market value. Sometimes they'll sell right where I list them. Sometimes they won't sell at all. And then I will just convert them over to fixed price with best offer at that same price that I started the auction, just to see where it goes. Another way is a loss leader. So if you sell, and this is really good if you're tightly niched. Let's say you sell socks, okay? Socks is something people want, like right now, they want to buy it, right? So you run an auction and you start a pair of socks at 99 cents, because what happens? It draws people into your store. So they can bid on your pair of socks for 99 cents, or they can hit select other items or see other items from seller and go, oh, look, more socks. I can buy these right now. Boom, 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 boom. So we call that a loss leader. So that's listing something super cheap that draws people into your other items. Another form to use for auction format is if it is a rare item and you simply can't find comps. Now, not every item that you can't find comps on is rare. It could be you're just not putting the right words in to find it. So be careful with that. But If it truly is a rare item that is sought after, remember, eBay has keyword searches, saved searches set up for sellers. I have keyword searches set up for things that are rare that I have trouble finding. And what happens is when you list that item at auction, all of those buyers are alerted that there's an auction and they can come over and find it and bid on it. So those are my 3 reasons to list something at auction. I do not offer a fixed price, like a buy it now price, and I don't offer best offer when I run an auction. If I run an auction, I'm going to let the auction run. Let's see. So I did just address that. So obviously I do sell things because of YouTube, as does Jocelyn, Crazy Lamp Lady. But I don't think people are just buying things just to buy things. I think people like to buy from somebody they know, like, and trust. That's a business thing that's out there. So people know that what she's selling is what she claims it is. They've been able to go see it on a video. Same with my stuff. You know, you trust that I know what it is I'm listing. So in that sense, yeah, I mean, having a YouTube channel and a following definitely increases your ability to sell things. Yep. But it's not the only way to sell things. You can build that following without a YouTube channel, good social media, good customer service. You will bring your buyers back. I'm even an advocate, you guys, have a way to collect those buyers. Now, it's much harder than it used to be because we no longer get their email addresses. Nothing saying that you can't slip a packing slip or a card or something if you want in there, and make yourself a little web page where they can opt in to newsletters to see your latest items. Like, there's so many ways to do it. Have an Instagram account that has your items and tell people how to find your Instagram account. Facebook pages, Twitter. I think Instagram is the one that's really starting to draw a lot of attention. Facebook isn't as conducive. You just got to know who your customer is and the demographics, and know where they are, and you know where your customer's hanging out, other than on eBay. And you can still do it. It's not as easy as it used to be, but it's doable. Okay. Fixed price scares me because I don't want to over or underprice. I don't want you to underprice either, but don't worry about overpricing. Do you know what happens when you overprice? Nothing. It won't sell. And then you learn that very quickly. So you get the data to see, oh, a lot of people are going over, looking. Nobody's buying. Or you get a lot of watchers, and then you can send them an offer that's lower priced. But in business, especially retail, you know what you paid for the item. You know what you need to get as a profit margin. So let's say you sold it for less than somebody else is getting for the same item. If you got your desired profit margin, you didn't underprice. You made a sale. And here's one of my sayings, I've said for years, you can't go broke making a profit. So don't let the fear actually cost you more than underpricing. That makes sense? I know how I meant that to come out. So you're not getting sales by not doing fixed pricing. And so that's costing you when you're very afraid of doing underpricing. I'd rather see you under or overprice versus not getting the sale. Just watch your margins. Just watch your numbers and know what you need to get. Yep, exactly. You skip the ones that are being auctioned. And I know I'm so behind in the comments. Like, I just need to catch up. Okay, so if I missed a comment you guys wanted me to read, make sure you type it again, because I could just sit here going back in the comments all day, and then we won't get to reviewing the store that I'm going to review. Can we add our Instagram account info to our description on eBay? Nope. You cannot link people anywhere else. But this is where branding matters. And actually, that's a good segue because that is going to be one of the pieces of advice I'm going to give to this particular seller today. So are you guys ready to see this is a store. Jenny, are you in the chat? Jenny. Let me see if Jenny is in the chat so we can ask her some questions if we need to. I listed a bag. Whoop, where did that go? It just jumped. Where did it go? Ah, here we go. I listed a bag my dad gave me well above the comps at $799. Tons of watchers, and it finally sold for full asking price. I'm all about pricing high. Amen to that. That is awesome. Oh, all that social media takes time, though. I only got 2 things listed today because I had personal business to tend to. Social media would have left me no time to list. Okay, this may sound a little harsh to you, and I'm not meaning it to, but I've had to have this told to me. You have to protect your calendar. You have to make time for what's important. And, you know, if I was going to work at I almost said a real job. If I was going to work outside the home for a company, I would have to put in an 8 to 10 hour day. Now I'm saying 8 to 10 because you have to allow driving time, your lunch break, all of that in there. So that's your whole day, right? Plus you had to get up and you had to get ready to go to work and all of that. So when I'm setting my schedule for my business, I am allotting time for everything that has to happen for the revenue to come in. And when we let, you know, personal business and family stuff, I get it. That's the beauty of flexibility of this business. But keep in mind, if you were working a job, you couldn't just leave that job and go take care of that stuff. You would have to find and work the time into your calendar. So I advise you guys all work on your calendar so that you can find the time to do what you need to do. Okay, I'm going to share my screen and let's go look at a store. Here we go. I'm going to go full screen and then I'm going to blow this up too. I always forget to do that ahead of time. Whoop, and I always blow up the wrong one. I have 2. You guys all have 2 monitors? Oh, I went the wrong way. Plus. Who has 2 monitors? Tell me who's in the 2 monitor world. I love having 2 monitors. I don't know how I would live without 2 monitors. All right. Oh, believe me, you guys, I know you're talking about pricing. Okay, let me just come back on and tell you this story. What was the item? It was a bronze. It was a bronze. And I couldn't find any comps. I didn't quite know how to price it. So I just went ahead and I think I put it at like $900. I'd only paid $30 for it. Let's keep that in mind. $900. I went to the movies with my husband that night and we sat down to watch the movie and I got the notification that it's sold. And immediately my gut response was, oh no, I priced it too cheap. Man, this was back. Okay, he did give me good advice. He looked at me and says, are you crazy? You priced it just right. You just made $870 in literally an hour. So can't go broke making a profit. But that's one of those things. Oh, that's so funny. You know, it's so funny you mentioned like my hair because I wasn't sure it was going to be dry by the time I got here. I've been racing around all morning. So it was wet when I sat down to do this. So usually I curl it and stuff. I was like, nope, I just got to go live. But thank you. Thank you. All right. A lot of you have 2, 2, 3. Oh, 3 is my dream. 3 is my dream. Yes, 2. When I work downstairs processing things in, I only have 1. Yeah. Okay, let's go look at this store. All right, let's go. I did not see if Jenny made it over. Oh, there you are. I see you now. I see you. All right, Jenny's here. Yay. So here's the first thing I'm going to say, because I'm all about the brand. So when you are creating your store name, you want something that you're going to be able to tell people and they're going to be able to find it. And the first thing I noticed is My Precious Pickings is all run together more like a user ID than a store name. So I would advise you to go in and change your store name to My Space Precious Space Pickings. Hopefully it's not taken. And capitalize each beginning letter of that and make it a professional store name. And then this becomes your branding. So when you're creating your social media, you want My Precious Pickings, Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, wherever you are, you want that same store name, okay? And see, even in your logo over here, you do have the word separate. So you want to get this separated, all right? So that's the first thing. I'm reading this. This is good. We're at a time now, though, that you may want to, like, do you sell vintage or an antique gas pump type things? Like, does this picture represent what it is that you sell? You want to think about that, because this is your first impression. This may actually cause somebody to go, oh, I'm not interested in that kind of antiques and collectibles. Let me come back on here a minute and then let me do something real quick, because I want to give you an example. All right. Let me come back. Boom. So here's mine. So this, I don't have these things currently for sale. Oh, I gotta change that. Holy moly, I just realized I still say free shipping in there. Oopsie. Anyway, but you can see, though, I'm showing customers the type of item that I sell, but now I literally need to get over there and change that. This has been my logo for so many years that I don't dare change it now. It's what I'm associated with. If I was creating this account today, I probably wouldn't use a funky looking little cow. I was in cutesy mode at the time, but he is memorable in helping people remember it's utterly and not utterly. If that makes sense. So, but that is so funny. I need to change my header. Woo-hoo. Canva.com is the bomb. I'm just going to say, for like making anything, Canva.com is so incredibly easy to create whatever you need to create. They have templates for everything. I do all of my graphics over there because it's easy. And I'm not, you guys, I am not a tech savvy. Photoshop, all that stuff drives my brain batty. But I can do Canva. Canva is super duper easy. Super duper easy. I know. Oops. Anyway. All right. Back to it. All right. So you got that? You got that, Jenny? Let's go back to your store. All right. So that would be the first thing. Now I'm going to come down here and I am in your best match. So this is what eBay is deciding to show to your potential customers. And eBay kind of knows who the customer is that's coming over. Now, that is one thing I can tell you about the new search algorithm and all that. They are trying to fine tune. Like when I go over to this best match, I'm going to see something different than somebody else probably, because they know my search history, which I'm sure is very confusing to them because I search for everything. But that's what they're trying to do. So I'm getting my first impression on your store right now. And my first impression is that your close-ups on your pics is really good. I can see what it is you're selling. Only thing I would say is if you can lighten these up a little bit, see there's kind of like a darkness to them, and you want them to pop more like this one. You want you want them to really stand out. That gallery picture it's your money shot. Like this. This is good with it's more white in the background. Your pictures are not bad. I am just telling you how you can make them better. And you can do that right in the listing flow. You can brighten and contrast a little better. Ooh, I love that. I love that. Okay, now what I'm going to do, let's look at your categories. So you have a lot of categories going on here. And I want to caution all of you to be careful with how many first level categories. Come on here, talk to you for a minute. How many first level categories you have. Now, eBay gives you the ability to have subcategories and even subcategories. So I see a lot of these items here that could be subcategories of, say, collectibles. All of the things like, oh, I think I see. Are these expanded? Are some of these subcategories, Jenny? Is it, because I know there is a setting to show customers all categories or just show them the main categories. So let me know if I'm seeing your subcategories on here as well. Yep. But yeah, so like blankets, throws, Afghans, accent pillows, candles, warmers, those could go under a home decor category. Kitchenware should have like the baking goods under it, that kind of thing. Okay, so just tightening up these categories and giving people, I don't like to see more than about 4 or 5 main categories. Remember, people are rushing by, they're not even reading all these. So you want your main categories there. And then do you have a clearance category? No. So that would be the other thing I would advise is you set up, you call it clearance or special values or markdowns, whatever you want to call it. You can't figure out how to do subcategories. Okay. Stand by. I'm going to show you how to do subcategories. That's why we do this, because I'm sure if you have the question, other people have the question as well. So you're going to go into manage my store. I'm going to share in a second. Let me just, I don't want to share any like customer information. So let me share again. Here we go. This is my behind the scenes. This is manage my store. There's several ways you can get to manage my store. But see over here, store design, store categories. I must sign in again, eBay tells me. Okay, I'll sign in. So here are my, and remember, I've told you guys I'm still reworking my categories, but here's my categories for right now. So the way you add a category, of course, is right here. The way you add a subcategory is you click on any category and then you add a category. And it says you're in level 2. If I want to add a category here, I add a category into my women's section and I can add a category. And that's how that works. Easy peasy to add those categories. But yeah, that'll make it a lot nicer, neater for your customers to shop. So now, moving things over is a little tricky. Let me see if I can show you. So this shows me, whoops, this shows me the number of categories, subcategories. It also shows me the number of listings. You can see right now, I've got 855 things in my other item, which is really bad. So let's say in Bling and Flare, I want to move some things to another category. I'm going to pull up those. It pulled up those 26 items. I can bulk edit, edit selected. It's processing. I'm going to get all kinds of these because I have a sale running and it doesn't want me to change anything that I have a sale running on. eBay. But categories, I can still show you. Oops. To bulk edit, you select them all, categories, and then you just move them into the new category you want them to go into. And it's going to show you all your categories here. Of course, I'm not going to do that right now, but I hope that helps you and others figure that out. Yep, subcategories. Okay, let's go back to your listings. I'm just going to go into a listing. Let's look at this one. So here's the big three. Photos or pictures. Fortunately, they both start with P. Pricing and perception. So my three P's, the perception is your title and description. So what we have in your title is it starts with 10-inch fine porcelain. You've used up 3 of the 5 most important words with something that isn't going to be how people are searching for this item. So maybe in the comments, you guys tell me what are the most important words to use for this piece that Jenny's trying to sell. Because I want to see, you know, what you guys are kind of like thinking. You think like the buyer here. If you were searching for this, what would you type into the search engine? Tell me just based on this. And I don't think there's a maker name on this, right? Is the bottom? Yeah. So it's non-branded. So she's got good words up here. But you guys tell me how you would reorder those words. Okay. Praying angel, praying African American angel. And then there's a word missing also from this. Actually, there's a really important word missing from this now that I look at it. So Vintage Viola says angel African American. And the reason that's not a good order is because that's not the way that our brain would have the words come together. They would, the descriptors there are African American angel. So you want to use that phrasing because the phrasing is super important too. So be careful that when you're putting words together, that it sounds logical. Say it out loud. Say it like so. So if I say this title out loud, 10-inch fine porcelain praying African American angel, gold trim, hand painted face. Okay, there's a lot there, but there's a lot there people aren't going to be putting into the search engine too. We'll talk about that part in a minute. African American praying angel. So the 4th word that you want after angel is going to be figurine. There's nothing telling me what the item is. And somebody who is searching for this is going to know that they want a figurine or a sculpture or a statue or whatever you want to call that. So the words that I would take out of this title would be 10-inch, gold trim, and hand-painted face. I would take all of that out and put those in the item specifics. And let's go see if they're in the item specifics down here. Also, it doesn't hurt to take a look at what eBay is sending people to other than your item, which still just chaps my hide, but it is what it is. All right, item specifics. So those are all words that need to be here in the item specifics as well. So you want to make sure your item specifics are all filled out. African American angel, let's see. Whoops, let's see, which is the one I saw. African American angel porcelain statue or figurine. I would probably put the African American praying angel figurine as the word order on this, if it were me. That is true. So it's going to depend who your customer is, you know, being sensitive to who is searching for this and what would they put in search. What would they put in search? Yep, I agree. So item specifics. So the things you want in item specifics are going to be size, 10-inch tall, material, fine porcelain, color. I mean, you've got, I would call this like an ivory or off-white, and you can add accent color, gold, right? You can put all of those things into item specifics by creating your own item specifics. You don't have to just do the ones that eBay gives you. You can create some of your own, because these show up on when somebody's searching on a mobile device, okay? And that's important because a lot of times they don't see all of this. So we've got all of that, mint condition, and just something, I'm just going to say that this is an editorial. I never, ever, ever use the term mint condition. I just don't, because that can be subjective. I may think something is mint condition because I don't see anything wrong with it. It looks new to me. The customer gets it and goes, that's got a little tiny mark on it. Whereas I looked at it and like, well, that's how it was made in the mint. I mean, that's part of it. So I'm really careful with not using the term mint condition. I say excellent condition. Let's go back over. Sorry, I'm over here and I wasn't showing you. Fine ivory glazed porcelain, African American angel with gold trim. She was made in a Lenox style. Got to take that out. That is a no-no. It can be turned in as keyword spamming. I have had posts taken down for saying things like that. I'm just telling you. Exquisitely crafted with an unglazed, hand-painted, this is good, sculpted in lifelike detail. Good, good, good. Makes a beautiful heirloom gift for generations of enjoyment. Good, good, good. Shipped with, I would not put this either. And the reason I don't is I want to leave myself options to not ship priority if that is not the best option. It gives me 99% of what I ship is with priority, but I want my way out. If I goofed on a size or something, then I have the option to use another method that isn't as expensive. So I don't put any of that in my descriptions anymore because eBay is giving them that information right here. Okay, they can click over and see what they're paying for in the shipping. So smoke-free, pet-free environment. Obviously, I don't say that because it's not a pet-free environment here. But I'm not a smoker, and I still don't say smoke-free because I have no idea what the history of these items are. I don't know if there could be, you know, some smell that I can't smell that somebody else picks up on. So I don't put that stuff either. All right. So, and then other than that, I think you're good with your pricing on this and everything. Let me go look. Oops. Oh, I gotta share my screen again, huh? Let's go. All right, I'm gonna go by your newly listed. So you've got 629 items listed, which is great. You should be seeing sales. Large all-white cat ceramic figurine statue. See how you have these two words here? This is run together as far as the search algorithm is concerned. This looks like figurine / statue, all one word. So you want to make sure that don't use the little slashy mark. Take that out and have a space. I definitely would not put made in Taiwan in your title. That's an item specific item. And the exact size, unless it's something that specifically comes in different sizes and people know what that size is. A lot of dinnerware, you know, you need to put like this is the 8-inch plate or the 6-inch plate or that, and people are searching that way. But in the instance of a figurine or something, most people don't know what that size is, so they're not putting that into the search field when they're searching for it. So we'll take that out. The pink ears, something you can put down in your description. You're putting really, really long titles, and those really, really long titles are working harder for people to find your items. You want just the facts, just the as close as you can get to what somebody would be typing in. So let's go look at your kitty cat here. So he's large. That's a great word. So somebody may actually be putting in large. I don't know that they would be putting in the word all. I would just say large white cat figurine. And I'd probably take out all the rest of this and maybe put, I don't know, a word like lifelike, or let's see. Yeah. Oh, he's got a chip. Oh, good. This is going to be a good example. This is going to be a really good example here too of the next thing I'm going to say. Large white cat figurine statue. You're going to use both those words. I'm okay with that. But take out all the rest. Now let's talk about the fact that when I pull up the listing, all I see is condition used. And I am going to guess that you're using the simplified version of the listing tool and not the business listing tool. Okay, sorry, I had to take a sip of my smart water so I can stay smart. So you don't have the option, I'm guessing, to put a further example here. So let me come back here for a second and I am going to show you what I mean. I'm gonna, okay, here's one I can show you. I'm gonna show you on one of my listings the difference. So we come over here, see how not only do I have pre-owned, but I have beautiful condition, barely used, see all photos, guaranteed authentic. I gave my customer more information about the condition of this item on there. Let me find one where I actually have, gotta remember something that, okay, this one works too. Okay, this one actually has a little schmutz on it. So I said excellent clean condition with only very minor marks. And then that makes them go look in the photos and see I've taken close-ups of those minor marks to back up what I've said. So that's where you have to be careful with that condition. So this should say chip on one ear, because what could happen is someone will purchase this kitty cat and get it and go, it's got a chip. You started using it on your latest listings. Because was this a relist then? Because this was like one of your newest listings. But yeah, you'll want to go back in and fix that, because you don't want somebody to buy this and then get it and then find that chip, because people don't look thoroughly at the pictures. They just see something they want and they go grab it. Let's see. Watch the all caps. I think we talked about that when we did the listing creation one week. Shih Tzu plaster dog statue, hand cast and painted by TC Shock. I would put, I don't know if I would put, let's go see if TC Shock is a good thing to use. Hold on. Stand by. I have to get out of that form. There we go. Okay. So what was it? I'm just going to put in C-H-O. Was that, did I spell that right? S-C-H-O-C-H. S-C-H-O-C-H. Okay. Notice I did not put in the full name. I wanted to merely see what comes up when I search that last name, because people can put it in differently. And we have 545 results. So I'm going to go straight over to solds, a little more manageable. And now I'm going to put dog. Ta-da! So we've got 25, right around $25.99 with free shipping on those. So I'm guessing that you based your pricing on these results. Nope, you didn't, because you're at $15 and they're all at $25. What's available? Looks like it's a $25 figurine. If I'm looking Looks like it's the same seller that has all of these. You guys see that? So did you copy kind of their format for listing this? Because you can stand out. So this is like the same seller has all these figurines. You can stand out by not having all titles. I would start with the TC Shock Shih Tzu dog statue. I don't know how big he is. I would not put plaster. Plaster to me is not a value word. And hand cast and painted. Yeah, I probably wouldn't say hand cast and painted. Somebody looking for this is looking for a Shih Tzu dog. They're looking for a Shih Tzu dog statue is what they're looking for. Using the designer name or the artist at the front gives it more value. Yeah. And let's see what you have down. And look at, like, it's going to show some other Shih Tzu dogs. That's the other reason you want to use the artist in the beginning. Yours has an artist. And come down here. So he's 7 by 7. So he's good sized. Yeah. Yep. Is he heavy? Because your shipping seems low if he's heavy. I mean, are you using calculated on that? Be careful, because if he's big and heavy, this is not going to be enough shipping. I will guarantee this is not going to be enough shipping. So be careful of your shipping there. All right, so here is one of your new ones. Vintage Black Americana Samantha and Polly Handmade Folk Art Cloth Dolls Set of 2. I'm okay with that title. I'm okay with that title. Pictures, fantastic. You've got detailed pictures. Aha, you got it here. I see it now. Yay, yay, yay. And then that clicks them down to read the whole thing, which actually jumps them down to, oh, you know what's interesting? Hey, there's another perk, you guys. Did you catch that? Whoa, whoa, whoa. So if you put a nice condition description here and they want to read more, boom, it just bypassed all of the other suggested listings. That's cool. I like that a lot. That's heads up, guys. That right there is a reason to use that condition description. You just got to make it long enough. Let's see. Where does it truncate? Where does it cut off? It cuts off. Preserved with no tears or stains. So right about right here. So you got to make it longer than that. All right, I'm going to be playing with that. How about you guys want to test that with me? See if that helps your sales a little bit, having a long condition description in there that gets them down to your description faster. I think we're on to something. And then still, let's see. Got your item specifics. Good job, good job, good job. Yep. So you said you use pirate ship. It is correct. So how heavy is this though? Like, I mean, oh, this one's correct. We're talking the dog. $10 just doesn't seem enough for that. I've shipped a lot of stuff, and that looks like it is well over 2 pounds. So if that's over 2 pounds, $10 is definitely not going to cover it. So be careful of that. All right. Tea Diggity Dog resin. Take resin out. Nobody cared. That's not a value word. Don't put resin in your title. That's an item specific. Dachshund Wiener Dog. Again, you got to divide those words. Figurine Long Doggy Dog by Westland. Long Doggy Dog. So you've got dog twice. How are people searching for this? Are they searching Tea Diggity Dog? Let's see. Look at that. Tea diggity dog. There's yours. But yours is like the only one. So now we come down here. Westland hot diggity hot dog. Hot diggity dog. So it seems like hot diggity dog is probably the more important word there. Is yours not a hot diggity dog? Let's see. Where's picture of the bottom? I'm looking. I don't see a picture of the bottom. So how can I verify if this is Westland? Because I'm looking to verify. I'm your customer right now. Oh, there it is. How can I verify this is Westland? Where did you get the Westland information from on this? That's what we got to know. And see, this picture is a little on the what I call the hot side. So the white actually could be toned down. The white balance could be toned down in this a little bit, the contrast. Long doggy dog. Okay. That's where you got that from. So I don't see where the tea diggity dog came from or the Westland. And you, yeah, I got the long doggy dog. Okay, so maybe you can, I did 5 pounds on pirate ship from, yeah, 5 pounds on pirate ship from New York to California is not going to be $10. Well, okay. I think we need to talk about this. All right, we'll come back to this. So let's finish this one. No obvious issues. Please review all photos. And look, it's going to send me over to all of these that start with like Westland hot diggity dog. I'm pretty sure you've got a Westland hot diggity dog. If it's Westland, I'd say it's a Westland hot diggity dog. So bump that info up in your title because this is how it shows up. And this is another good example, you guys. This is how you're showing up on a search. All that other stuff you put in your title is not there. The customer is seeing tea diggity dog resin. And that's not what you want them to see first. So I would definitely fix up the title on that one. Okay, let's go back to this just for a moment. So you're telling me this guy right here is 7 inches by 7 inches by 3 inches. And so it's going to go in at least a number 12 box if you're going priority. And it's 5 pounds. If it's 5 pounds, there's no way you're shipping that for $10. No, 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 no way. So help me, Jenny, figure out why you're not just putting your weight and dimensions in eBay and letting it do calculated. Because eBay will compute that for you. Yeah, pirate ship is saying something wrong there. I mean, where's my mouse? There we go. I had to go find my mouse. I want to try to see what you're seeing. I'm going over to pirate ship. Arg. Ahoy, Captain. I think my chat's frozen again. Come on, chat. I don't see messages like for the last 2 minutes, and I know you guys are talking. It needs to unplug so I can see what you're saying. Sometimes things drive me crazy. I didn't freeze, did I? I'm still here, right? All right. Okay, I'm going to leave my old address in there. Okay. So we're going to say 12 by 12 by 8. I love pirate ship. I flat rate ship everything. If you guys are flat rate shipping, I mean, you're going to lose your local customers, your savvy local customers. Okay, I'm still there. Let's go 5 pounds and see what pirate ship tells me. Let's go to New York. Okay, I'm gonna share my screen. Here's what pirate ship tells me. Boom. I put in my address, which is Las Vegas, West Coast, to Zone 8, New York, for 5 pounds and not oversized. That's what's going to happen when you go to ship this. Yep. Danger, 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 Will Robinson. I just don't want you to lose money on that shipping. I just know there's no way a 5-pound package can go to New York for 10 bucks. I know there are so many different opinions on shipping. I get it. This is why, where am I? Here I am. This is why I say the calculated is your safest bet for not getting into trouble with shipping as you start out. I mean, it's great to do priority for things that are not oversized. Oversized, you do the box and the bag. Be careful with that. I would not make that your business model. I would not make the cubic dimension your business model. It's not meant to be used that way. Let me just say that. And I do believe that it's going to get scrutinized, and they're going to figure out what's happening, and you're going to start getting charged the full amount, or your customer is going to get nailed on the full amount. I don't think that should be a business model, because that's not what it should cost to go with the box and a bag. It wasn't meant to be, and that could be just like, okay, it could just be my ethical dilemma. Personally, I don't think it's the right thing to do. Yeah, it's this cubic. See if I can pull it up, because they're not even giving me that option. Oh wait, let me do the bag on here, because the reason, yeah, so here I'll show you. So of course that's what you're seeing on Pirate Ship for the shipping, this priority mail cubic. Now in order to get to that, you have to tell it the dimension is 12 by 12. So they're telling you right there, this is not meant to be something that is 12 by 12 by 12, or 12 by 12 by 8. That's why I think that this is not a great thing to do with this. It's going to end up getting you in trouble, especially if you come to rely on this kind of a shipping price and it gets pulled away from you. And now all of your listings have this shipping price. Just do the calculated. Just do eBay's calculated shipping. Stay safe on that. Yeah. Small box, in a bag is one thing, but on larger items, I think this is skirting the system. Yeah. I actually learned about the zone rates at a post office in Vegas pre-eBay. Yeah, zones are like, it depends on where somebody is from you. Like zone 1 is like your same state. And then it spreads from there. Zone 2, like the furthest away is zone 8. And then it goes into international. Yeah. Yeah. So as far as shipping, you guys who are doing like this flat rate thing, it's like, that's where I see people get into trouble, because you may forget how you set this shipping up. Also, if this is set, 6 months from now, the shipping rates have increased by dollars, which is absolutely a potential. You are going to get in trouble because you did not factor that in that flat rate shipping that you put there. Also, the shipping is less for your zones 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 than it is for zone 8. So if you're charging based on zone 8, then it's a higher cost for your local customers, and they know, like, okay, that's too high of shipping too. That's why the calculated just works really good. And to figure out the calculated, simply take the size of your item. So in this case, it was a 7 by 7 by 6 figurine, right? Let's go back to this doggy. So he's 7 by 7 by 6. So I know he's going to fit in a box that you add 4 inches to that 7. So 2 inches on each side. 7. So it's 11. So we're like 12 by 12 by 12. He's under, the cubic foot. And so there's not going to be any oversized charge there. So we're good on dimensions. And then you want to add, like, if he weighs, that's the other thing I didn't ask you. Is he 5 pounds by himself, or is he 5 pounds with an added amount for packaging? So let's say if he's 4 pounds, then yeah, I would put 4 to 5 pounds into that field. If he's 5 pounds, I'd put 5 to 6 pounds into that field. Yep. Does that make sense on that shipping part? Yeah, the shipping, if you try to make it too complicated, this is why I don't advocate free shipping. Until you understand truly what shipping costs, and have done a lot of shipping. And I don't do free shipping anymore, because I think customers are savvy now. They know that shipping is now getting built in, and we're building in the highest cost of shipping, not the lowest. I ship lots of stuff to Arizona, Washington, New Mexico, Utah, California, which are all my neighboring states, because I'm not racking up the shipping and that free shipping that some other sellers have to do. Always with a box and add some paper. Yeah. And you'll learn what your boxes weigh too. Like, I know that the number 12, or the number 7, which is the 12 by 12 by 8, I know that box weighs 8 ounces. I haven't checked the last batch, see if they changed it. They used to weigh 8 ounces, but I know it weighs 8 ounces. And then I know bubble wrap is going to add another 1 or 2 ounces. Yeah. So now I'm up to 8, 9, 10. So as long as I'm like well under, the next poundage, it's just that in that range. Yeah. Do I always ship priority? Nope. I will ship FedEx if it's a better price for larger items. Actually, I usually ship FedEx if it's oversized, because it's usually a better rate. The post office goes crazy on their oversized charges. Yep. Keeping a list of measurements and weights right next to you when you're working is an absolutely fantastic way to learn things. Yes. Yay, Lady Hackmon. Did you use the code Danny and get an extra 10% off? So I have over 300 items that will be a nightmare to update all my shipping. No, it won't be a nightmare. Okay, it might be a little bit of a nightmare if you didn't put in weights when you created it. See, that's the other thing. So when I create a listing, I'm putting the weight right there. When I was doing free shipping, I did that. Even when I did free shipping, I did that, because when you go to create the label, it pulls that information and it's already there. Yeah. Oversize is anything that is over 1 cubic foot. So either 12 by 12 by 12 are the dimensions, or 12 by 10 by 14, or 8 by 14. I don't know. You guys do the numbers. But any derivative that comes to the same as that 12 by 12 by 12, that 1 cubic foot. We'll start now. Here's my other piece of advice. So, and this is anybody who's now feeling overwhelmed that you didn't do it right. Don't beat yourself up. Okay. You start today. You start with your listings that you're creating today going forward. And hopefully those other ones, they get sold and then you don't have to worry about them. But just start today. And as you get a chance, go edit a few, go work on a few. But don't beat yourself up that you didn't do it to start. And now you've got all of these listings and I get it. That's stressful. No, because Amazon Smile donates to my son's okay, so you did it through Amazon, not through Bubble Fast. I gotcha. I gotcha. Yeah, if you go to the bubblefast.com website and buy shipping supplies, you can put in the super secret code DANNI. Actually, same as it is right there, but I think it's all caps. I don't know if you have to have all caps. I'm not sure. I know it is just my first name, and you will get an additional 10%. That's not advertised anywhere. That's only because you're listening to the sound of my voice. I'm not an affiliate. I just love the people at Bubble Fast. So, yep. So, Jenny, did you have any questions for me from, I think I've given you some homework to do. You're on the right track. You know, I always worry that when I do these reviews, you start thinking like, oh my gosh, you know, I'm not going to get any sales because everything I have there is wrong. And I'm not saying everything you have there is wrong, because you have a lot of things there that are very, very right. And I'm looking at your sales. You had one today, Margaritaville, 2-piece margarita glass set, new in box. Art glass hand-blown brown spotted pumpkin. Yay, you sold the pumpkin. Good. Looks like you are researching your prices. And you guys, don't be afraid to price on the high side so you're getting sales. I'm glad to see you're getting sales. You'll get more sales if you take some of these tips. And that's what it's all about. It's about getting more sales than what you're already getting. Oh, my mom says that the all caps is needed to get the discount. So DANNI, all caps. Yeah. They are a mom and pop operation just like us. I know the folks at Bubble Fast really well. They're just doing what we do. Their niche is packing supplies, fortunately for us. So I know there's a lot of people that want their store reviewed, and I am trying to get to all these. So let me run something by you guys. I'm not saying this is going to happen. This is just like I'm testing the waters. So obviously, I can't get to everybody's store every week on this particular venue. But I was thinking of YouTube has a thing to have memberships kind of thing. And I was thinking of starting that up and then concentrating on the store review type things within that membership kind of thing. Because then I could do like extra videos and things there that was members only. Let me know how you feel about that. Either if you're watching live over in the chat, or if you're watching after the fact down in the comments. I would love to know your thoughts on that. So just tiptoeing with the idea. Yay, you got your pictures to start staying in eBay and have started listing. Yay. Yeah, there is a list over on the Facebook group. Like, that's how I choose who to do these from. So, but there's a lot of people on the list too. I don't know yet. It won't be very expensive. It definitely wouldn't be very expensive. Yeah, it would be a charged membership. I don't know. There's like, YouTube suggests certain levels like $1.99 a month, you know, $5.99 a month. Like it's under $10. And I mean, that wouldn't be the only thing. I would put more like members only content in there. Yeah. No, it'd be right here on YouTube. Like, it's all part of the channel. They just have like this new thing like they made. I'm still like even exploring it. I've seen a couple others do it. Yeah. Oh, having trouble getting your printer and your tablet to sync. You know what I've realized is how many people are only working off of mobile devices. And I don't know, maybe I'm old school, but I can't even imagine only relying on mobile devices to run a business. So I'm a big advocate of having a real computer to do things from, especially when it comes to like, you know, printing shipping labels and all of that. I know, I mean, and I'm just not high tech. So like to me, I can't figure out how to sync a printer and a tablet. I would not have any idea how to do that. I would have to call my brother. Fortunately, my brother is a tech guy. Yep. You use your laptop, phone, and a tablet. See, a laptop's a computer, though. A laptop is a real computer versus just a phone or a tablet. So, yeah. I don't know. I guess it's just this world we live in, huh? Yes, I have a teenager also to help fix some of those problems. Yeah. Yeah, editing video, I gotta tell you guys, like I struggle with editing video still. Like I want to make the videos so much better, but I can't figure out how to do all those fancy bells and whistles things that like some of these channels are doing. And I'm like, so I'm trying to get my son to learn it because he can learn that stuff way better. So he's only doing shipping videos for now. That's all he's comfortable doing, but hopefully he's going to come out of his comfort shell, you know, because he wants to do a good job for mom. Like he is the sweetest boy. He doesn't want to mess anything up. But I'm hoping like to get some more fun stuff incorporated. Yeah. Yeah, and I have, so we are a multi-computer family. So I have my computer, I'm upstairs. I call this my office because it's, I don't know, maybe it's bad that I have like my desk in my family room, but it's my room that like brings me joy and comfort with the things around me. And downstairs is my eBay room. That's a little bit of a mess. And I don't really want to do most of my work in that room because it stresses me out. And I only have one monitor in that room. So I have a computer downstairs. I print my shipping labels and do all that down there. I log things in down there, but upstairs is where I do all of my live streaming and finish my listing. And I do have to haul stuff up here for the live sales, but I know what I needed to ask you. I just in the corner of my eye, I remember you guys have been waiting for this too. Oh my goodness. We gotta figure out if this is fire and light. What was I thinking? Okay, so here they're dirty. I should have washed them first. I just grabbed them literally out of the bag. So this is what I got, you guys, and I'm not even sure yet, but I'm telling you, everything about them screams what, you know, I've been being told. I don't know, is Yvonne still over in the chat? I think I saw her peek in earlier, but I think this is a color they call citrus from what I could find, but what do you guys think? I don't know. You think it is? Yeah, I looked up and it came up with citrus is the color that I came up with, but I haven't done a lot of research yet. And oh, this one's like really grimy. I've got to wash these. No mark, no. And I would not expect a plate, you know, a functional dinner plate to have a mark. I wouldn't. I would expect it not to be. Yeah. I don't know. I got to keep digging it. So the way I'm going to find out is I'm going to look at, you know, it's now not just about the color and the texture. It's about, did they make this shape? Like, is this their thing? And I don't know yet. I don't know. I'm hoping. I mean, they've got the elements, you know, I'm trying to show you guys, like, see that? That's quality right there. When you see that heavy yellow coloring, it's going through. That's why I said it's got the feel, the weight, the quality. I mean, these are not cheap plates. So there we go. It's what I think is my fire and light. I know it looks like it. It looks like it. I'm hopefully optimistic. I really am. I don't even know how much it's worth yet. Should we go look together? Should we go do a little search for, let's see, let's go over here. For those that don't know fire and light, it's pretty exciting. Fire and light plate. So here are my results for fire and light plates. See, I look at this and it looks like the same plate, and this is kind of where I start. I know it's not the same color, but look at the shape. And this is where I got the citrus color from. Look at citrus. I'm telling you, that's the right color. It's the right color. Okay, so we've got that. And it's got the texture. I mean, I look at some of these listings and I go, that's the same plate. That's the same plate. And calling this one copper, but this is what I looked at, you know, when I first got home. So to me, it's got all the elements. So let's go over and look at solds. So here's a red sold for $295. There's a lavender. Here's set of two citrus. Those are bowls sold for $260. So what is it worth? I don't know. I'm thinking I'm probably going to list them. I'd like them to sell fairly quick. So I might just start these at auction at like $100 and see what happens. But yeah, it's crazy what these are worth. It's crazy. Crazy, crazy. So yeah, here we go. So here's the other thing. Now I bought these weeks ago. I know I'm behind. I just hired a new lister. He starts on Thursday. So I bought 5 of these. It is Hans Christian Andersen. What is the story that it depicts? Because I have 5 of them and I don't know. Who made Fire and Light? Fire and Light made Fire and Light. Fire and Light was a company, I think they were based out of California, didn't someone say? And they went out of business, and that's why it's like gone crazy. Everybody's looking for it now. Yeah. So yeah, who are these people? So you can see the original price tag that these things had was $65. So that means at some point in its retail life, this was selling for $65, which is why I was okay paying 10. That's why I paid. Actually, no, I bought these. Did I buy these? I bought these on sale. These were half price. I paid 5. I paid 5. So anybody know who the story is? The Shepherdess and the Chimney Sweep. Okay. Shepherdess and the Chimney Sweep. Thank you. Thank you. So I have 5 of these to sell. It's a BB design, handmade in Vissenbjerg, Denmark. That's what that says down on that little thing down there. Oh, sure. Now my camera wants to do the close-up. Wow. That did close-up really well on that. I'm going to. So now to figure out what it's worth. Should we look? I don't know. We got a few minutes left. We got nothing better to do, right? We could be listing, but no, we're here looking stuff up. Let's look up. I'm just going to put the H.C. Andersen since that's what's on the box. I always just put simple words first. I want to just first see what's the highest H.C. Andersen thing selling. It's like, okay, so there's a little market for H.C. I would expect the books to come up. And not seeing my thing here. So now I'm going to go to active listings. We uncheck that. 418. Look at some of that artwork. Listed high. And this, you guys, this is how I learn stuff. Like, I'm not narrowing it down. I mean, if I was in a hurry, I would narrow it down to like this one thing, but I just want to see what else is going for some good money in H.C. Andersen. Because I'm not exactly even sure what they would have called this. But what I'm going to do now is I'm going to put in What did I say it was? BB? Let's see. Nothing. So this is then where I've got one of those things that's very hard to find. I'm going to do a Google search. For those that know, I don't do Google searches live because I've had some bad things happen in the past with going live Google searches. And nothing's coming up. Nothing. Oh, wait. Okay. I found something. So here I found something that's listed on Ruby Lane. 1940s. Alice Jorgensen Hans fairy-tale doll. So I'll click over and I'll look and see what does this seller know that I don't know. And so apparently they're supposed to take them out of the box and sell them. No, these are German. See, now that one's not even coming up. This item from Memories of the Past is now sold. Now they're trying to show me other ones and it's not there. Interesting. So they had it priced at, I can see they had it priced at $65, so I'm going to assume that's what they sold it for. So why not? There we go. Very interesting. I'll probably, I'll probably price them at like $69.99 and see what happens. Yeah. Maybe it's the older version of what I have. Maybe. Yes. Isn't that like, yes. It's at a restaurant, so we got to walk in with the masks till we sit down at our booth and then we can take them off. That craziness. There's nothing else on the box. Nope, nothing else on the box. I haven't opened one. I could open one. How do I find a lister? I talked about that last week. So if you go back and watch last week's Monday live show, I really talked a lot about how you find a lister. Has to do with that social media. Have yourself a Facebook business page so you can have a job posting. Because there's I can't get it open. Because there's a whole bunch of job searchers in Facebook. Oh my goodness. It's kind of wrecking the box, taking this tape off, but oh, okay, that makes a little more sense now. If you take out the packaging material, the back of the box, oh, the shepherdess and the chimney sweep, it actually says it in there. Look at that. Do not use as toy for children under the age of 10. So there we go. Now it's got its little backdrop. Well, that makes more sense, doesn't it? All right. Cool beans. Cool beans. Trying to do not open the box. I have 5 of them. It's all good. I wouldn't have found that cool little backdrop if I hadn't done that. I am and will be my own lister. It is my job. Yeah, it's definitely, it's not something you expand to until you get to the point that you need to expand and grow your business. Because like for me, there's so many, each YouTube video that I edit and put up takes me at least 4 hours, at least. So that's a half a day's work right there. So I replace that time that I would normally be doing my eBay business with somebody else who can kind of be my clone and be typing all that stuff in. And then I still, at the end of the day, have to launch those listings and everything. But yep, and I research everything myself and I create all of my titles. She forgives me for opening the box. Thank you, Melissa. Yeah, I don't think they were produced, although it's written in English though. So made in Denmark. And it's written in English. So who knows? I don't know. I just thought they were cool for $5. I got nothing to lose. And I bought them all. Like I bought every single one. I forget when this video, it was a while ago because I've been sitting on these. But yeah, when I found one and then I found 2 and now I'm like, ooh, Ooh, I can put a quantity listing. I love quantity listings. Yay. All right, you guys, any last questions before we wrap up for the day and get back to work? There's this lag thing. Hey, this week's Friday live sale is not going to be a jewelry sale. I'm breaking out the other stuff that you guys have been asking for. So we're going to do collectibles and glass and all that kind of good stuff. Why not? Let's have some fun. Yeah. I can tell some people are watching this from the beginning right now because they're making comments based on what we said at the very beginning. I wish YouTube would tell them, like, hey, we're past that point. Yep. All right, guys. How often do I do this? I do this every Monday at 1 o'clock, and then I go live on Fridays at 1 o'clock with a live sale to where I try to sell you guys stuff that you can go make money on. No. Can you list as fire and ice if not sure? Absolutely. Because I will be 99.9% sure before I list it as that. I used to say this with Murano. If you've done your homework and you are sure or very, very close to sure that what you have is what you have, listed as such. There's no Murano police. There's no fire and light police. Use your own ethics to decide. Now, what I do have a problem with is somebody knows something's not something, but lists it that way, hoping that they can fool somebody. That's not cool. But if you are fairly certain that what you have is the real thing, absolutely use the word. Yes, yes, you are right. And I totally forgot about that, Melissa. So I'm going to have to get to that one next. Because you're right. My brain did not set it up. And I apologize. How long did it take to get to the point you thought you could do this full time? So that's a funny question because I never really counted on the income. I was married. I was, mine was the second income of the family. Mine was the fun income. And I loved what I did, so I worked it full time. And I'm sorry, I got distracted by the chat over there. So I never, it wasn't something that I thought, okay, this is what I'm going to do. And that's why I had so much time to help others and do all that. And then when I got divorced, it was like all of a sudden, it was like, oh, I've got to pay the rent. And I balked at starting my eBay business back up. I went into kind of a deep depression for a couple of years, and I was in survival mode. And it wasn't until like last summer, like a year ago, August, I really kicked out of it and thought, you know what? Like I was working for somebody else. I'm like, why am I doing this for somebody else? I am capable of making this work. And so I jumped back in. So the account that you see, the Utterly Good Stuff, I've only been back active at that since September of last year. So just barely over a year is what it's taken me to build up that account to where it is back to now. And it's just a matter of really being committed to it like a job. Like I said earlier, like make the time in your calendar to grow your business. If that is what is important, it's all about the motivation. Is it play money? And I don't say that lightly. I'm not saying that is a bad thing, but I'm like, if it's not money you're truly counting on, it's not going to be as motivating as if, I got to keep the electric on. What can I list and sell today? So it's just keeping yourself motivated with whatever motivates you to make it work and focus. And yeah, and give it, if you want a full-time income, you got to put full-time hours into it for Sure. Yep. Yes, Cynthia, I absolutely will get to you over on the group. I am so sorry, and I will absolutely get to your problem over on the group. Do I sell marbles? I have in the past. It's not really my niche, so I don't look for marbles. If I fell into a great bunch of old marbles to sell, I certainly would. Yeah, sure. Yeah. Yeah, if you guys have ID questions and all of that, that's what the group is for, since you can't post a picture over here in the chat. Um, yep, yep. Yeah, exactly, Marilyn. When you are find yourself later in life without the what's the word I'm trying to use? I'm going to say job skills that employers look for, that can make a decent living. I've always been an entrepreneur. That's not really taken as good job history, fortunately. I got hired as I got hired because of my eBay experience for a nonprofit that needed help with their eBay side of things. And then all of a sudden I found myself managing not only that, but managing the store. And the lady was really unethical and I had to get out of there. So that's when I'm like, okay, I've got to do my own thing now. Never say never. Yes. At 70, you're not looking for a husband. Yep. I'm not looking for a husband either. I will be very clear about that. Like, nope. I mean, I let God lead me where he wants me to go, and my mind is open, but I'm not looking for a husband. Oh my goodness. Karen. Yes, come over, join the group. Let's get your problem solved. Let's answer your questions. Just be sure you answer a few little things over there to get in. You know what? I didn't like my job either. That is why I'm an entrepreneur. Like, that's motivation. You can make this a full-time business. This is a full-time business for so many people that I know that are hugely successful, but the success is not going to come super easy. It's going to be something you're going to have to work at. Some of it won't be fun, but it's so rewarding to own your own business, have the flexibility, and have fun, which is what you get to do if you sell the stuff you love. So I'm going to leave you with that. And now go be profitable and make it fun. And we will see you on the next one, everyone. Bye.